everything everywhere because I want to make a few things today, so bear with me. We're going to get through this. It's going to be okay. I always get overwhelmed too when I start new recipes or when I want to make new recipes. I keep them in my little book, have a recipe book, something to track with. I want to do spiced apple cranberry oatmeal. So this supposedly is super easy. I'm not a huge oatmeal fan, but this is a part of the start of my fall thing. So I have my cranberries, my little gingerbread lady, and they are frozen, but they're saying frozen's okay. Let me wash my pear, and I'm also going to be making a nice soup with this, a nice hearty soup. So yeah, I gotta get going. So a cup of old-fashioned oats. That's a lot of oats. Okay, well, let's try it. I'm gonna go find my apple because I know it traveled off somewhere. Apples are divine. They're incredible. So I thought I would include them in my recipe manual. I don't know why I washed this and left the sticker on. I don't know if you guys are like, get your nails done or whatever, but as soon as you get your nails done, it's hard to peel things off of other things. Annoying. So it's maybe why I left it on there. I don't know. I rinse and reuse my baggies, especially if it just had like a piece of fruit in them. So there's that. Let's do that first. And I don't think I want a lot of apple in this because it's just me. I'm trying to save this for a charcuterie board because I wanted to do a fall favorites charcuterie board type thing. A half cup of cranberries. Well, I know it's just me. I'm going to keep saying it's just me a lot, so I don't want a ton of cranberries in this. And I'm trying to make a cranberry compote. Oh, get back here. 5-second rule, right? Pop it in. I'm going to use a little bit of water, but not what they're suggesting. I'm going to actually cut everything in half. This is what you got to do when you're on your own. Like if you're single and you want something cut in half, cut it in half because man, it's just too much. So half a cup of oats, so half a cup of water. Okay. 3/4 cup of milk. Instead of brown sugar, I'm going to use this monk sugar substitute. That way I can add as much as I want to season it. I like my oatmeal really sweet, so got my half and half. I usually don't make oatmeal because it's not like a thing for me that I understand how to do it at all. A little bit of cream. If you have milk, great, but if you have cream, that's fine. You can just douse as much cream as you'd like in there. And then I have the apple in there, nutmeg. Instead of nutmeg, I'm going to try a little bit of allspice because I really like spicy. But you can do nutmeg if you want. And then cinnamon, always, of course. And a little bit of vanilla. Now, I don't think they put vanilla in this. Let me see. They don't. Okay. Wow. That's weird. Gotta have vanilla. Vanilla extract. I'm sure you could put a cinnamon stick in this if you wanted to as well. Huh. Anyways, whatever. Let's go ahead and turn this on. I'm going to turn my AC down because I'm starting to feel it already. I was cold, but I don't want to change my sweater. Yahoo! Nice spicy oatmeal. Alright. Just try to compute what I want to put in my soup because I'm making a soup that I'm hoping will last me through tomorrow. As much cooking as I did on the weekend, none of it's like following through. So I'm so mad. Like, I did all that cooking and none of it's really, yeah, it's not working out the way that I thought. Ta-da. Getting the lids off of, I swear, you almost just need a pair of pliers laying around. So stovetop, it's 1 minute. So this is gonna boil for 10 or 9 minutes, and then I'm just gonna pop the oats in at the last possible moment. Maybe I'll pair it with a caprese salad. All right. My mom and I were talking about what bruschetta actually is, and it is just bread brushed with olive oil that is then toasted. It's about as simple as you can get. When I start to work today, we usually need a quick go-to snack. So that's what I thought this could be. Okay. So grab your bread, and we're gonna slice it up with the bread slicing serrated edge knife. And I want some nice solid pieces here. Actually, I'm starving, so. Nice clean cuts of tomato. Sometimes I'll do this to give myself a placeholder. This will all start to make sense in a minute. So, mozzarella. It's getting nice and creamy, the oatmeal. I'm getting excited to eat oatmeal. I can't believe it. For the first time in years. I hate oatmeal. Pop out my mozzarella. Don't need too much of it. Oh my God. All right, tomato. Like that. Cheese. And then this is going to be for my bruschetta. Okay. Basil. Need a lot of it, so just pull the whole thing out. Tear the stem off. I usually do that right away so I don't have to deal with it. Lightly wash. I don't wash it too hard because you're washing all the flavor off, okay? You don't want to do that. And I think I'm gonna go ahead and just use the rest of this in my dish. So put that away. All right, so this is for the bruschetta with my crappy knife. I'm gonna have to find another knife. It's gonna drive me nuts. I still can't find my other knife. It's so weird. Like I said, I don't know what happened. I just put it down. I'm sure you all have had that happen. And it has gone away. So there we go. Cut my tomatoes up. This is so simple. You're gonna love this. With the basil caprese, I'm just gonna take the leaves off the caprese and put it on your salad. And when you're done with this, you can make a balsamic vinegar thing where you melt the balsamic vinegar on top. You basically cook it like this, hot, and then pour it on the top. But if you don't want to do that, I get it. That's like your preference level. So if you want, also, if you want a little extra basil, which I do, and a little extra, I have a ton of mozzarella, so I'm just gonna double it. I just put more on there. And I have a ton of basil, so why not? Why not do doubles? If you got it, flaunt it. Don't know if this basil is that fresh, actually. Fresh basil, please remember, importante, especially if you're not gonna eat it right away. Okay, and then tightly wrap this in saran wrap. And then when you're done, salt, pepper, and just eat it, you know. So it's that easy. Now, bruschetta, a little bit different. A lot of people find this very confusing. Can be. I like to do it this way. This was the way that I found, yeah, my basil is on the way out the door. I'm so glad I made this today, because basil, you'd like to think that it was going to last a long time, and it doesn't. Ah! Annoying. Matzo cheese. Still not going to use all the matzo cheese, so I'm going to be using Parmesan oregano. Go ahead and chop up your basil. Okay, and then I'm going to cut up my mozzarella into little bitty chunks, because that's going to go mixed in. It's just basically all going to go together like this, okay? Make sure everything's pulled apart and minced up well. And then I'm going to find a bowl, and I'll show you how to make this up so you can have it for later. These do get brushed with olive oil before you cook them, okay? I just want to make that clear right now. Get out a bowl. Oh, sorry, mixing bowl. This is what I'm going to serve it in, but as far as everything else goes, when you mix it, it has to be mixed with balsamic. And I'm eating this today, so go ahead and put all that in there and just kind of stir it up. And then pour balsamic and olive oil on it, okay? Almost done. Salt, a little bit. Pepper, thank you. Oatmeal can be added now and mixed in. Alexa, set a timer for 1 minute.
1 minute.
Added my oatmeal in. Stir it around. And let this cook a little bit. And I think she said you can add like some water, so I'm going to add a little water. And let this cook for a little longer. Oh, it looks so good. Oh my God. Yeah, add water or milk as needed, I guess the recipe said, if it's too thick. Okay. Pepper, right? Yeah. And the trick with bruschetta, from everything I've read, is to cut it up really, 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 really small. So, balsamic vinegar, not too much. I don't like a lot. Goes right up my nose. And take your spoon out and crush it up, because it has to be finely. Alexa, stop. All right, sweet. Stir this one more time. Don't want to burn my oats, my beautiful darling oats. Just let it sit for 1 minute more while I do this. Just stir this up and let the juices release from the tomatoes, okay? Believe it or not, that's bruschetta, just with a little bit of cheese in it, because I have to have cheese with my fruit. Otherwise I can get kind of like a sick feeling. That's a sign of adrenal fatigue, by the way. Did not know that. With adrenal fatigue, you should always have a fat with your with anything else you're eating. If it's just a fruit, you have to have a fat with it. Just a rule. All right. God, this came out beautifully. I love it. Okay, bruschetta. Let me plate this up real quick. And I'm just going to scoop this into my bowl here. Get rid of that piece there. I don't like that piece. Should be the nice, freshest basil in the whole wide world. And I'm going to put this in the middle of my bread. So when I'm ready to make this, I toast the bread and put the caprese on the top. That's it. brush the bread with olive oil. So let me just wrap these up. It's a nice little two-parter there. I've always just made caprese or I've just made bruschetta, and it's like, why? You can make both of them and have those flavors. A little is never enough kind of thing. I also forgot, this is my Parmesan cheese. It's shredded. I'm going to put a little bit of that on the top of the bruschetta just to give it a bit more oomph the next time when I serve it, okay? Give me a little more protein, a little more cheese. Black tea, okay? Water. And bring it up to a boil. Actually, I'm just gonna put the tea bag in there, it's okay. Bring this up to a boil. Of cinnamon almond butter. Idea of like being peaceful and like, oh, I love fall and all this. Onion. I'm actually not going to use the whole onion. I never use a whole onion in anything. I have onion sensitivity, which means if you eat a raw onion, like on salad, I start to feel funny. It just doesn't quite agree with me ever. Shut up! I'm trying to make a video. I'm trying to make a video here. Oh, God. She doesn't like me anymore. Alexa, set a timer for 8 minutes. Pear. In the hot liquid. Start to poach. Okay. Onion. Don't cut it all the way through. I do a slant cut. And then I just go like this. There. The only thing with this soup is, and you should tell anyone who's trying to make this the first time, cut everything up in advance. It's bacon! Getting the pieces separated. Okay. I'm going to take my pear and plop it over. This is really boiling. Oopsie, come on. Come on, you, flop over. Roll over. Roll over. I feel like I'm teaching a dog a new trick. Oh yeah, that's getting really done. Olive oil. Olive oil has a ton of calories in it. I did not know that. I always think, oh, it's so healthy. It is. It has some wonderful, very, very healing, healthy properties to it. But it's also very, it's girthy. So I forgot it's easier if you take the stem off. How nice. Oh my God. Oh my God. How? Take it like this first. Cut it one way. And then hatchet cut it the other way. No. Get those chops in while I can. Go do it. Ah, this is what it really looks like, by the way. When you cut up cabbage. It looks insane. It has no rhyme or reason. Like, oh my God. My bacon dance. All right. Weird. But it's starting to lose its skin. And I don't want that. So let that just simmer down there. My bacon is almost done. That's it. Ooh. All right. Deglaze with vodka. Woo! And with deglazing, you take the alcohol and you go like this. And you rub it into your pot. And that gets all those little juicy bits up that you burned. Or anything that just left a char mark up. Okay? Now, I think that vodka is really going to add something to it. I've never seen that done before, but, you know, whatever. We can experiment. Hello. All right, onions back in. Pre-shredded carrots. Ta-da! A lot of these. I love carrots. Okay. Cabbage. Stir, 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 stir. And I bought a small head of cabbage because I wasn't sure if I was going to like the cabbage or not. So that's always a good idea. But, you know, if you're experimenting or trying something new, don't get and put a ton of it in there. You're giving these core pieces. I don't want the core. I just want the shavings. All right, and she says like 2 to 3 minutes each time you add stuff. So I'd say we're ready for our potatoes. And I think she sweats everything a little bit, like the potatoes, and she browns it because she's looking at the overall flavor of the dish. So like if I had potatoes that weren't sweated and they were just boiled, I don't think I'd like them that much either. So you're kind of blending everything in. I think that's really, really genius. And you're just letting everything kind of sweat and really. Poached pear, poached pear, we love poached pears. All right, gonna put you back up on here actually. If you won't fall over, please don't fall over. Love me. All right, love me. All right, kielbasa. Now, I want to understand everything goes in. The brine, you put it all in there, baby. All that sauerkraut goes in there. And then you're going to add all your water and your chicken broth. So, let that water kind of get to the bottom and stop that cooking process by mashing it in. Okay. This looks really good. I'm not gonna lie, like sometimes when I make stuff that's from online, there's a moment where I'm like, ugh, but this actually looks really, really decent. I am gonna put parsley in it because I love parsley, which is not what, oh, they put dill in it, that's right. So dill and parsley. I don't have fresh dill, I only have fresh parsley. But, you know, what am I gonna do? Not make the soup? Haha, no. We're going to make do. Dillweed. I'm actually going to put that in now. And then you do need to put your chicken stock in. I have my boeuf bourguignon cubes. Okay. And my sausage will go in last. Oh, that's already coming to a float. Okay. You do you. I thought I would have to add a lot more than that. With it, I'm trying to get my potatoes done. So I'm going to make sure this comes up to a boil. Add my sausage. Cover and cook for 15 minutes. Okay. Yum, yum. Give me some. Yum. Oh my God. Put those on the top. I saw her add a ton of dill. It was like the fresh dill that you get out of the package. I do this all the time. My mom will be cooking and I will put away what she's been doing and she's like, ah, God, stop it. The tea can be boiled for a sauce. So I'm going to do high on that, high on that. I'm going to dump out some of this because, of course, I can't use all of it. And I think it's going to make it so that it boils down a little faster because I need this pot. That little pot is my best friend. You should always have a little cookery dookery pot. I'm going to cook the parsley I usually don't, but it needs to be kind of involved in this dish. So, little pepper while I'm thinking of it. I do think she uses bay leaves. So, for a short cook, 15-minute cook, I usually don't use bay leaves in anything, but I get it, you know. If you can add that flavor pop in there, do it. Flavor pop, there you go. All right, I'll show you my poached pear. It's beautiful. She's a beauty. She's a beauty. She's 1 in a million pairs. 1 in a million pairs. Checking to make sure I'm not singing to myself like a crazy woman. Cranberry compote. So 1/2 cup of fresh or frozen cranberries, 1 cup of sugar, 1 cup of water, juice from an orange, peel a medium orange. All right, I have an orange somewhere. Where art thou, kind orange? I need your juice. Or maybe I used it. Oh, I have a grapefruit. Ah! No. What use is that to me? Crap. I have OJ. Perfect. This is why this recipe complements sangria so well. All right. Focus a little bit. I'm going to let this cook longer than she says. Just a little bit longer once it's up at a boil. And if you're wondering what I'm doing, I'm just boiling down or reducing the sauce for my pear. And in fact, it's reduced pretty much. So you can add, like, I'm sure there's like a recipe where you can add cornstarch or whatever, but I'm just going to dump that on the top. All right. Pear anglaise. Pear with a glaze. That's all that means. I will probably start speaking in French because I'm traumatized. This is the first time I've cooked in years this much. All right, so cranberries. Ooh, you know what? I'm going to leave the rest of that tea in there, that black tea. Cranberries. Cup of sugar? Nah. We're going to do 4 teaspoons of honey. Okay. Water, orange juice, blucher. Again, shavings from an orange would be nice, but I don't have it. And boil. That's it. And that's going to bring to a boil, reduce to a simmer, and cook for 10 minutes. Allow the mixture to cool for 10 minutes. Discard the cranberries or remove the peels and use the remaining mixture as compote. So you do strain this and you keep the syrup for beverages. My brain just broke. All right, so that's that. I'm proud. Hey, we did a lot. We did soup. We did oatmeal. My gosh, what else? This made a ton, by the way. This is like, all right, guys. This is so fun. I'm gonna eat this with you later, okay? Bye. You're welcome. I'm gonna take olive oil and just kind of douse it on the top of each piece of the bread. You can brush it on if you'd like, but not needed if you don't. I kind of have a time restriction today. So I'm gonna toast these up real nice. I'm gonna add a little bit more to this because it's awesome. Now with bruschetta, I forgot this, you can, and since I do need a little more sustenance today, you can douse it with olive oil on the top. Keep in mind, it has balsamic vinegar in it, okay? So you don't have to add more balsamic if you don't want to. You can always drizzle balsamic on the top of this, on the top of the bread, okay? But yeah, this is our mixture that goes on the top of that bread. This is our bruschetta mixture. All right. And we're still filming, I hope. Yes. My camera has been doing weird things. Sorry about the box in the way. Gross. All right. This is the strawberry syrup compote. compote. I can't speak today. And I'm going to do bubbly drops in this. This is a, all right. There's that. 2 drops. This is really fun. It's really easy too. You can put some ice in your glass to chill it down. That's what the professionals do. So bubbly, not a whole lot because this is very concentrated stuff. Okay. I have some freshly bubbled water. I go through it like absolutely like crazy. Strawberry compote, about a tablespoon or 2. You can do 2 tablespoons if you want to go crazy. I love cranberries, so go for it if you want. A little bit of the water. If you're doing a mocktail, you're going to just have to do water. If you're doing a cocktail, that. And just showing you all the variations that you can do here. All right. Shake, shake, shake. Nice cold glass. Pour your mixture in there. All right. Ta-da. And on top of it, a tad bit more bubble water just to finish. And you have an awesome little lunch with a drink. Okay, that's the variation. That's the. And there it is. That is the bruschetta all plated up with a few tomatoes and a splash of balsamic and my awesome little drink. Yay!